So, I think, I'm not exactly sure, because I get these boxes and I do not know what's in them. I have zero clue what's in them until I get them. You see other videos around here, people unboxing. They know what's in the box, or they have a reasonable idea what's in the box. Either they ordered it or someone sent it. And if someone sent it, it's from their book list. It's something they want. These books are 100% completely unknown to me until I open up the box. I have no clue what's coming each week. Not a clue, zero, zip, nulch. So I think this is fiction. I'm not exactly sure yet. We'll have to go through it together. I have no clue what's in the box. So, oh, and hey, do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe. I could really use the likes. They tell you can have the best video in the world, but if your thumbnail sucks, no one's gonna ever see it. That's me. No one's gonna ever see my vids. So if you could please subscribe, I'd so appreciate it. And if you like these unboxings, tune in every single Sunday, because we get boxes every single week. This is awesome. I enjoy the heck out of this. I enjoy this immensely. So, good Lord. Oh, I know her. I know her. You know her. Jude DeVeراux. Just as Alex Madsen is finishing up architecture school, Adele Kingsley dies and wills her for 1 year the use of a charming 19th century Nantucket home. The elderly woman's relationship to the Madsen family is a mysterious to the spirited Alex, fresh from a romantic breakup, but for reasons of her own, Alex accepts the quirky bequest, in part because it gives her time to plan for her best friend's storybook wedding. But unforeseen forces move behind the scenes, creaking the Kingsley's house ancient floorboards. It seems that Adelaide Kingsley had rather specific tasks for Alex: to solve the strange disappearance of one of the Kingsley women, Valentina, more than 200 years ago. If that wasn't enough, Alex must deal with the arrogant and extremely good-looking architect who I'm pretty sure she'll fall in love with. 2013. Not a clue. The I can't pronounce it. Enigma of Room 622. Joel Digger. A writer named Joel, Switzerland's most prominent novelist, arrives at the Hotel de Verber, a luxury resort nestled in the Swiss Alps, for a restful sojourn. Disheartened over his recent breakup and the death of his longtime publisher, Joel hopes the impromptu getaway will be enough to revive his spirits and jumpstart progress on a new novel. However, his plans quickly go awry. Before long, Joel and fellow house guest Scarlett uncover the hotel's unsolved murder in room 622. The pieces fall into place. Years before, M-A-C-A-I-R-E, Ebenezer is poised to succeed as president of the largest private bank in Switzerland. Soon, a mysterious counterintelligence operation called P30 takes interest in the forthcoming election, and the bank board's members, including certain Levin Levesky, Geneva's very own Jay Gatsby, and the sinister interloper Senior Tarnogol, reveal they are not enthusiastic about their heir apparent as they appeared. See what happens. Those Who Wish Me Dead. Michael Korda. When 13-year-old Jace Wilson witnesses a brutal murder. He's plunged into a new life and issued a false identity and hidden in a wilderness program for troubled teens. The plan is to get Jace off the grid while police find the two killers. The result is the start of a nightmare. The killers, known as Blackwell Brothers, are slaughtering anyone who gets in the way, and a methodicial request to reach him. Now, all that remains between them and the boy are Ethan and Allison Serbin, who run the Witness Survival Program. See what happens. The Spy Across the Table, Barry Lancet. Jim Brody is an antique dealer, Japan expert, and second-generation private investigator. When two friends are murdered backstage at the Kennedy Center during a performance of the KABUKI, he's devastated and determined to hunt down the killer. But he's not the only one. Smoke! Smokey, come over here. Come over here. I don't know what you're trying to do over there. After the attack, Brody is summoned to the White House. The First Lady was the college roommate of one of the victims and enlists Brody off the books to use his Japanese connections to track down the assassin. The head of Homeland Security is furious that the White House is meddling and wants Brody off the case. Why? For the same reason as Master Chinese Spy, only known as Zhu, one of the most dangerous men alive, appears on the scene. The murders at the Kennedy Center were no random acts of violence. Ted Bell, Seahawk. After saving the kidnapped heir to the British throne, gentleman spy and MI6 legend Alex Hawke is due for some downtime, but he's got a new custom-built sailing yacht and a goal: to get closer to his son, Alexei, during an epic cruise across the seven seas. But fate and the chief of MI6, Sir David Truelove, have other plans. See what happens. Blake Charlton, Spellbreaker. Leandra Wheel has a bad habit of getting herself in dangerous situations. While hunting Neodamas in her role as warden of Ixos, Leandra obtains a prophetic spell that provides a glimpse one day into her future. She discovers that she is doomed to murder someone she loves. Soon, but not who will it be? That's a pretty big problem for a woman who has a shock guard for a lover, a hostile empress for an aunt, and a rogue missing spelling wizard for a father, and a mother who, especially when arguing with her daughter, can be a real dragon. 2016. Let's see. Beautiful creatures. Leona Dutchins is unlike anyone the small southern town of Gatland has ever seen, and she's struggling to conceal her power and a curse that has haunted her family for generations. But even within the overgrown gardens, murky swamps, and crumbling graveyards of the forgotten South, a secret cannot stay hidden forever. 2009. I think that's a teen book. I'm not sure. We know him. Robert Ludlum. Aquitaine Progression. Look at this thing. It's huge. And it's heavy. They've come back. As Joel Converse hears these whispered words, he stares into shocked silence as Preston Holliday, the strangely obsessed man who utters them, Converse and his mysterious informant are international lawyers who have come to Genevieve to work out a multinational merger, but with Halliday's urgent words, Converse finds himself plunged once more into a world of violence, a world that he thought he'd left behind years before, when he lurched out of Southeast Asian jungle into desperate flight from a North Vietnamese prison camp. Lord, I wonder if this is a first edition. Have you seen the movie? And I don't remember. It was last year. I have to go check that video out. But I did 2 videos on historicals. And this might have been one of them. Might have been. I don't remember. I did it last year. You know how many videos I do? Sorry. Someone put their name in here too. This is 1964. I bet you don't know what this is about. Okay. The South. Frankly, my dear. If you haven't seen the movie. 1,000 pages. Lord, this thing is heavy. That'd be interesting. This is a very eclectic box, don't you think? Dale Brown Silver Tower. Following on the heels of Dale Brown's national bestseller, Flight of the Old Dog, here is a new novel even more ambitious in scope, more intricately plotted, and more richly developed, but with all the high-tech realism that made its predecessor such an exciting discovery. Dale Brown has a distinct advantage over other writers of military adventure. As a decorated Air Force officer, he has flown where they can only imagine. There you go. Let's see. 1988. William Bernhardt, Capital Betrayal. Kincaid is in a meeting with the president in the Oval Office when Washington suddenly explodes in chaos. Facing an imminent threat to the White House, Kincaid is whisked along with the president and his advisors to the underground Presidential Emergency Operations Center, built to withstand a nuclear blast, but vulnerable to another kind of attack. Inside the bunker, defense specialists realize that a malevolent foreign dictator has hacked into the U.S. nuclear defense system and now has a finger on the trigger of America's most dangerous weapons. I don't want to talk about it. I can't even tell you. I think it's, if you get books with, pictures, some of those illustration books, and they put the paper in between the pages to protect the pictures from sticking. And it's been wet. It's crinkled. You are captivating. Why do little girls love to dress up in twirling skirts? Why do they dream of a day their prince will come and together they will live in a great adventure? Because that is the Heart Guard set in every woman. That is the role she was created to play. 2010. Why do most women abandon those desires when they grow up? Seriously now, John and STASI Eldredge wrote, picture the woman we hold up as models of femininity in the church. They are sweet, they are helpful, but they are busy, they are disciplined, they are tired. Not a clue. Ah, I think this was one of the books in the historical pile last year. See the thick paper? That's thick paper. And this sucker is heavy. I'm almost positive we did it in the historical last year. So you'll have to go check out that video. I'm pretty sure. And I believe this is the first edition. Oh, sorry. Sentinel. As did its eminent predecessors, Hawaii and the Source, the Sentinel deals with the scene in the North American West, especially Colorado, from its prehistory to the present. Long before man, the animals inhabited the land, and these are the first characters to appear, beginning with not a clue. Diplodocus 160 million years ago. She is followed by members of the families whose descendants are important to the rest of the story. The horse, the buffalo, the beaver, the rattlesnake. Then perhaps 12,000 years ago, the latecomer arrives. Man, who's going to destroy everything. Lord. Tokyo Kill, Barry Lancet. We had another one of his books. When an elderly World War II vet shows up unannounced at Brody's security begging for protection, the staff thinks he's just paranoid old man. He offers up a story connected to the war and to the Chinese tirades operating in present-day Tokyo, insisting that he and his few surviving army buddies are in danger. Fresh off his involvement in solving San Francisco's Japan murders, antique dealer Jim Brody has returned to Tokyo for some R&R and to hunt down a rare ink painting by the legendary Japanese Zen master Sengi for one of his clients, not to take on another case, but with his late father's private investigation firm. But out of respect for the old soldiers, Brody agrees to provide security detail, thinking it'll be easy job. And then the unexpected happens. Let's see. 2014. Harry COYLE, Code of Honor. This might have been good for the military last year. Maybe we'll do it. Let's see. In the Code of Honor, Harold COYLE, himself a former career Army officer whose fast-paced novels of military action have made him a New York Times bestseller, confronts the most sacred traditions of the Army, command structure to show what happens when one person, in this case a woman, in what was until recently a man's world, bucks the system. 1994. W.B. Griffin, Covert Warriors. A Mexican roadblock U.S. Embassy SUV is stopped at gunpoint. 3 of its passengers murdered and a 4th kidnapped. Everything points to the drug cartel, especially when the kidnappers say they will return the hostages if a cartel kingpin is released from the U.S. prison. But when word gets to Charlie Castillo and his group of retired spies and special operators, they have their doubts. 2011. If you're collecting his books, this is one you probably haven't seen in a while. Barbara Delinsky, Sweet Salt Air. Charlotte and Nicole were once the best of friends, spending summers together in Nicole's island house off the coast of Maine. But many years and many secrets have kept the women apart. As a successful travel writer, single Charlotte lives on the road, while Nicole, a food blogger, keeps house in Philadelphia with her surgeon husband, Julian. When Nicole is commissioned to write a book about an island food, she invites her old friend Charlotte back to Winnipeg for a final summer to help. Outgoing and passionate Charlotte has a gift for talking to people and making friends. Nicole could use her expertise for interviews with the locals. Let's see what happens. Nelson DeMille, The Maze. NYPD homicide detective John Corey, who we first met convalescing on his uncle's waterfront porch from wounds occurred in the line of duty. 6 novels later, The Maze finds Corey on the same porch, having survived new law enforcement roles and romantic relationships. Wiser and sarcastic than ever, Corey is restless and looking for action. So when his former lover, Detective Beth Penrose, appears with a job offer, Corey has to once again make the same decisions about his career and about reuniting with Beth. Oh, this is new. 2022. Daniel Silver, The Heist. Legendary spy and art restorer Gabriel Allon is in Venice repairing an altarpiece by Vernice when he receives an urgent summons from the Italian police. The eccentric London art dealer Julian Isherwood has stumbled upon a chilling murder scene in Lake Como and is being held as a suspect. To save his friend, Gabriel must track down the real killer and then perform one simple task: find the most famous missing painting in the world. And 2014. And let's see. One last one. Adriana Trigian, The Good Feeling Left Undone. Matilda, the Gabriel's family matriarch, has always been brusque and opinionated. Now, as she faces the end of her life, she's determined to share a long-held secret with her family about her own mother's great love story with her childhood friend Silva and the dashing Scottish sea captain John Le McVears, the father Matilda never knew. 2022. That's new too. So, what do you think? Good? Good box? Bad box? It's a box of fiction. It's all you can do. Have a good one.